Everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we will be doing part 3 to What If Naruto Was Raised in UA. So, last time I talked about the first day in UA, of which when they did their quirk test, how Deku got top. The second day, where Deku pretty easily won, and then I talked about the USJ attack, which I'm pretty sure is a month into the school year for them. So, yeah. As well, and I made Deku very overpowered. It's what's gonna happen. I mean, sorry if there's a whole bunch of stuff here. So that's just gonna happen. OP Deku is gonna happen in this. I had to give him a quirk that would be strong, because you gotta expect him if he was raised in UA to be strong. And I also explained how there is a certain ship, and I'm not gonna say it yet. You'll pick up on this video, or you can watch the last 2 videos, of course. And I might explain his origin story again, or how he got to UA, but depending on what I come up with. As well as him being in the Big 4. If you know the Big 3, then you know why it's called the Big 4 now. Unless you're... nothing. So, let's begin. This time will be the sports festival. Everybody's getting ready for sports festival. Ashido and Deku say their good luck. Same with Uraka and Lita. And Bakugo this time is very angry. And let's say we go to before the sports festival begins. This time Todoroki and Bakugo declare war on Deku, which he shrugs off because he knows that he is better than them and all that stuff. And his personality is like Aizawa's, so he really shrugs it off. It's Aizawa in Midnight, where he likes people being kind to each other, but still. So, Midnight is their proctor, as usual. And let's say everybody with a hero name, which is only Deku right now, has their hero name enlisted. They say Izu, Aizawa, and if they say hero name, I'm pretty sure I said Full Moon. That's what I'm saying, yeah. So, and Deku's quirk is also called Physic. It's pretty much like all of Mewtwo's powers, basically, but not really. Weaker versions of them. Mewtwo is way stronger with his telekinesis and stuff. But anyways, all those stuff has been explained before. So, let us get started. Now, let's say with the race one, Deku was already strong his feet, but he decides to just fly by it, becoming in first place, taking him, let's say it takes him 3 minutes, and including him defeating all the robots. Well, not all of them, but a lot of robots. So, and then everybody else doesn't have to defeat that many. So, and he is tied, let's say he is tied with All Might for the record of 3 minutes. Because I'm pretty sure All Might didn't really have full control over all, one for all, during his sports festival. So, everybody else gets there, and let's say this. So, yeah. We're gonna go into teams. Deku chooses a team with Ashido, Uraka, and the Hatsune or whatever, that girl. Yeah, Deku shorted by girls. And then another team is, Bakugo, Todoroki, Tokoyami, and let's say Momo. Then you have some other teams as usual. So yeah. I'm just gonna, if I mess up on teams and say certain people are going some places when they weren't on that team, just ignore it because I'm doing the teams. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna do it how I want. So yeah. Pretty much Deku is just, pretty much he has a shield around his whole team as usual because he has a big bubble protecting him, pretty much. And they're all flying, and then Deku uses telekinesis, push people and stuff, and to steal their headbands. So pretty much Deku comes out with, let's say, 12 million points or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure everybody else would have 12 million. And then, like, let's say the teams are Todoroki. So the first place is Yashido, Midoriya, Uraka, and Hatsume. The second place is Bakugo, Todoroki, Tokoyami, and Momo. The third place team is the guy with the copy quirk and his teammates. And then the fourth team, let's say this time is, let's say the green hair girl, Sue, Shoji, and the invisible girl I don't remember. Actually, no, Shinso. Because I really liked. Okay. Anyways, so we go into the first round. It's going to be Midoriya versus Shinso. Yeah, that might be why I added him in. So Shinso tries brainwashing him, but let's say Deku says that your brainwashing doesn't affect me. I have a higher level. Then he says 5-minute brainwash, and then times 5 brainwashing. He brainwashes Shinso 5 minutes, and then he says, "Well, I could always have gone for time." Well, let's say he goes to times 100 now, or no, not times 100. Let's say times 5 is 5 minutes, and let's say I'm just gonna call 1 year all out. Yeah, 1 year is all out for him right now. But soon he'll be able to get to like 10 years eventually. Or maybe even a lifetime. Depends on how much I'll train him. So, after that, he tells Shinso that the only way for him to do anything is for him to go up to the teachers over there. So he does, making him go out of the ring, and then he gains his memories back by he gains his memories back once he gets up there, and he asks what happened, and they explain that he was brainwashed by Deku. So every other round goes the same, except this time, let's say Ashido goes against Momo and Tokoyami goes against Shoji or something like that. And so I'm just gonna say everybody who won: Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, Tokoyami, Ashido, Sue. Who else should we do? The guy with the copy quirk, and let's say copy quirk. Who else? Let's say invisible girl for all of it. I don't know why. Maybe she was going against Hatsume, and Hatsume couldn't see her, and then Hatsume tried to invent a special, like, goggles where you could see thermal heat, but then she was pushed out of the ring. Well, let's say the invisible girl took all of her stuff, like her, what do you call them, her gadgets, and puts it in wherever you want to call it. Puts it out of bounds, and she runs up to it and tries to get it, but then she is officially called out on it. So let's say next round is Deku versus Todoroki. This goes way different. Deku can act, since he has force field, Todoroki's ice would break around it, but he just uses telekinesis to break the ice, and he'll send the ice shards towards Todoroki, which then he says, "Why don't you go all out, Todoroki? I haven't seen your other fiery side, right? Plus, Endeavor would be happy." And then Todoroki gets mad at this, but then he accidentally enables his fire side, flinging all his power of ice. Let's say he places his fire inside his ice, he says that he's going to use all his energy in this attack, which goes around, but it is blocked by the force field around Deku, but it does leave Deku a lot of burns, and he does get pushed back almost out of the field, but then he uses telekinesis to get up, and then he tells Todoroki that it was nice to try, and then let's say what happens next. He says, "Mom, the Todoroki's out. He's all out of energy. He's about to collapse. He used all his attack energy in that one move," of which she agrees to, and yeah. Let's see, next round's Ishido versus Tokoyami is actually different. Let's say Ishido keeps flinging her acid towards Tokoyami's feet, making him back up and stuff, and all of a sudden there's acid all over the field, and Tokoyami is forced out of the ring. But that pushes Ishido to her limit, but she can still fight if she needs to. She'll recover. Thanks, recovery girl. What did I say? Let's say King vs. Girl versus Sue. Sue wins, of course. So who do we have? We have Deku, Sue, Ishido, and one more. I'm pretty sure one more. Yeah. And let's say, I don't know who I pinned against who, so I'm sorry if I get this wrong. Oh yeah, Bakugo. Bakugo wins. Bakugo. Okay, so let's say the next round is actually Ishido versus Sue, and then Deku versus Bakugo. Now, when Bakugo and Deku fight, Deku pretty much uses his telekinesis. He uses his flying. He flies up and then he goes down, pushing his head to Bakugo, flaying him back and putting him into the wall outside the ring, knocking him out and putting him in critical danger. He is very injured and could possibly die because he spilled out so much blood with one headbutt. As Deku wins. Now, Ishido versus Sue would be a bit weird because let's say, since they can't wear their suits, Nice. Why? What's home? Oh. It just said home stopped. That's interesting. Anyways, so Sue would use her tongue to try to get Ishido out of the ring, except Ishido would burn her tongue, and that's when Froppy would get injured. That's when Ishido would try to push her out of the ring, but Froppy would go over, almost pushing Ishido out. That's when Ishido used something that she learned from Deku when they had their 2 weeks off, because they were training together. She grabs her hand and then flips Sui over her back, making her go out of bounds. Okay, so time to go on the final round. Ishido versus Deku. Now, Ishido is very strong in this. As for a matter of fact, let's say that she's the 4th strongest, only a bit weaker than Bakugo and Todoroki. Well, not a bit weaker, but still a little bit. She could possibly win against Bakugo, but Todoroki with his fire is different. So, yeah. And she can't even compare to Deku. nobody can compare to Deku right now. He has enough strength to be the number 3 hero, let's say, right now. He could possibly be number 2, but he would still be stronger than All Might, but they don't know this because he doesn't know about one for all and all for one. Well, at least not yet. I'm gonna have this be explained to him, eventually. Probably this video. But he's not gonna get it, because that'll make him too OP and he'd be unstoppable. Not even All for One would be able to win, because, imagine All for One against Deku with his super speed, and he can fly, he freaking sends a punch with telekinesis on it, as well as brainwashing him. It would freaking kill him easily. Easily. So, no, we're not doing that. No. I just noticed that what I just said would apply even without one for all. Okay. Yeah. Let's just say brainwashing wouldn't be strong enough. It would have to be get a boost from one for all. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yes. So, anyways, Deku versus Ishido. She doesn't want to fight against Deku. Deku doesn't want to fight against her, which is why he just steps out of the ring. Yeah, he is being a very nice person. Yeah, but Ishido does it at the same time. Them getting angry at each other and start to argue. And Midnight laughs at this, as well as Aizawa. Seeing kind of like a stroke vibe there, where it was like how except he was way colder and weird. Yeah, I don't understand. Anyways, yeah, Midnight would just say that you both can get a tie for first place then. So let's say first place goes to Ishido and Deku. Second place, let's say, goes to Bakugo and Tokoyami. No. Second place would go to... Yeah, no. It would go to Sue and Bakugo, and then third place, let's say, is Tokoyami and what would be called, Todoroki. Now Todoroki knows he could have won if he fought against Bakugo or Sue and or even Ishido. And the final match could have been him versus Deku, but still, he doesn't really care about it anymore. So yeah, everybody has 2 people on there. Why I'm doing this? Because I want to. Shut up. Anyways, so they take their pictures, and then this is the first time Ishido actually hugs Deku, which makes him blush and not get knocked out. Waking up to Midnight and Ishido. Now that's when Midnight tells Deku that he's going to a meeting that will be happening at, let's say, 6:30 tonight, after you get out from the sports festival and a bit healed. Although you didn't seem very injured, you got a few explosions. Bakugo got a few explosions off you, and he got burnt a bit by the fire and a bit chill from ice. And Deku agrees to this because he did get a bit injured, and it didn't really hurt a lot for him because remember, his body is built. So yeah, he does a bit of studying while this is happening, and then that's when Aizawa comes in and he says he's gonna take Deku to the meeting. And it's 6 o'clock, let's say, so it takes 30 minutes to get to me when Deku's in there. How am I actually Deku's in there? And that's when Principal Nezu says that he is technically a member of this faculty. I mean, he's been here than most other people. And they all agree to this, but All Might is kind of hesitant. And then he explains of one for all and all for one. That's so weird to say side by side. So, Deku isn't really amazed by this, but he understands that All for One is a threat, and he says that if there is ever a fated battle between you two, I will be there. I can probably help. Being stronger than the number 4 hero, maybe even being able to beat Endeavor. And nobody really questions that because of the showing in the sports festival where he barely used any force to get Todoroki, who was at Endeavor's son, was supposed to be stronger than him. It might even be half of his power. Without using any force, it destroyed him pretty much. And same with Bakugo, who got second on the entrance exam. Oh yeah, and that whole thing happens, but then they mention about everybody going to the agencies. Now, Deku questions this, saying that he already knows the agency he's going to go to, but should we really have them go to other places so quickly after USJ? I know it's almost been a month, but still, why don't you think that this would be a prime time for villains, thinking that everybody's forgotten about them? Now, everybody heeds Deku's warning because they all know Deku is very smart, and they understand that he looks into possible outcomes of the future. I do that too, and I hate it. That's what I do when I meditate sometimes. Well, when I'm done meditating, I should say. But, yeah. So, everybody goes to their things, and, well, let's say that that Deku was work for Night Eye, the Dragon Lady, and Fat Gum. So, in fact, he chooses to go to Night Eye's agency for a week, and Night Eye asks why Deku was here. Is he going to do more missions with them? And he actually was there to ask Night Eye if he would be willing to take him in for a week to do the thing. And Night Eye agrees to this, seeing how strong Deku is, and he knows that Deku would probably would be able to beat him. So he would allow Deku to stay there and patrol. And let's say this time it's Hosu City. Let's say that he's in one of his buildings in his agency that's in Hosu City. So they're patrolling a bit, and let's say that Overhaul was traveling around with Eri and stuff, and they were taking her to another building in Hosusei. Then Eri runs into them, and this is way, way earlier than in canon. And I know that, and I'm doing that on purpose, so. And then when Eri hikes onto him, Deku in fact actually knows what's going on because he's well educated on who Overhaul is, and he asks Overhaul, why is this girl latching onto me so tightly? And Overhaul says that's none of your business, as well as asking how does he know his name. Deku says that he's well educated, being raised in UA and all. And Overhaul takes a bit of steps back, but then he gains his composure, understanding that he's still stronger than him. So Overhaul tries to grab Eri, but that's when Deku uses telekinesis and pushes him back, and then brainwashes him. Let's say for 10 minutes. They take Overhaul back to Night Eye's agency as well as Eri. Now, Overhaul is at Night Eye's agency. He wakes up tied up and not being able to use his quirk as of Deku brainwashing Overhaul into not knowing how to use his quirk for a year. So they decide that Overhaul will be taken to the police, but if he becomes a trouble in the future, Deku has the ability to kill him. Now they tell the police this, and they understand, seeing the fact that Overhaul is one of the strongest enemies. But Overhaul will be escaping still. So Deku takes an Eri and UA, because in canon, Eri lives in UA also. That's just way later, so Deku and Eri share a room and stuff. It's like big brother, little sister in a way. So yeah. So let's get to the same thing. When the Nomi start to attack, Deku and Mirio go out. Mirio starts saving people as Deku says that he will go out and he'll fight the villains. He agrees to this, and that's when the heroes tell him to get back, and that's when they realize that's Deku, and they've all heard about Deku from their interns and how he is probably stronger than Endeavor. So they let him fight. He crunches up the Nomu easily. He rips out their brain. Because remember, these Nomu are weaker than the USJ, and he's still able to beat USJ, except he did use a lot of his power with the USJ. So this time he's not using as much, but still a bit of his power. So he crunches them up and rips their brains out, killing them, but then Shigaraki sees this guy and he gets very fearful, as well as Kurogiri asking if they would like to leave. But then they say that I would like him to stay, as he asks the Lita's internship guy, the weak one. He's pretty weak. I mean, he can control water. Honestly, I mean, control water could be good, but it's only good for like putting out fires and stuff. So Deku actually tells him that he should put out fires and stuff, and asks where Lita went. He said that Lita's brother actually was injured and he couldn't be without repair or whatever. I don't know how to say it. Like, pretty much he can't be repaired. Beyond repair, yeah. He was injured beyond repair, and Lita probably went to get revenge. As Deku realizing that this would be the time that Stain would probably come back. So Deku very fastly flies up into the air, looking in alleyways, and then he sees Lita about to be killed by Stain. That's when Deku steps in and punches Stain in the face, pushing him all the way back into the ground. And that's when Lita asks why he's here. And that's when Deku says that, well, honestly, I'm strong and heroes need to save others. They don't need to be a hero for money, of course. That's stupid. Like mother and father taught me. Just like Mr. Aizawa and Midnight told me. As well as me being raised in UA, of course, was raised on those beliefs. And that's when this time Stain is actually really scared of Deku because he heard that he was raised in UA, as well as his mother and father being Aizawa and Midnight, and as well as him just punching Stain in the face and putting Big Crater into the ground. Now that's when Deku lifts Stain up and throws him into the sky, and that's when he pulls him back down, knocking Stain out. Now Stain is taken to the police, and Shigaraki is way more fearful now since Stain was able to numb him. If you remember when they tried to recruit Stain for the League of Villains. So yeah, he is kind of fearful of that. Although the Shigaraki really wasn't going all out, still would be kind of fearful. So they leave, and then that's that. And let's say, what's next? The camp. Pretty sure camp's next. I'm gonna end it here. I'll probably make another one or two today because I just need to charge my phone, as you can see it's at 20%. So yeah. Hope you all have a nice day, and cheers. If this would work, fellas.